It's 6 p.m. on Sunday night, and Bob Minton is leading the charge for the first official picket from the headquarters of the Lisa McPherson Trust.
It's safe to talk, it's safe to look.
Every night, busloads of Sea Org members are dropped off here for dinner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are part of the Lisa McPherson Trust, who is established here in Clearwater at 33 North Fort Harrison Avenue. When you have problems with Scientology, call us at 467-9335. Remember that number, it could save your life. 467-9335. Have a great dinner tonight. Remember, it's safe to talk, it's safe to look.
When we first arrived, there were plenty of buses, but that soon slowed to a trickle, giving us a chance to catch up with our old friend Croc, who we now know as Mr. Diller.
Mr. Diller, I hope one day we can be friends with each other. Believe me, I know that we both have a lot we could learn from each other. Why have they made you go into a security uniform? It's safe to look, it's safe to talk. You know, there is no reason for Scientologists to be frightened of the Lisa McPherson Trust. The Lisa McPherson Trust is here to be friends. It's safe to look and it's safe to talk. Communication, that's what it's all about. We're your friends. It's safe to look and it's safe to talk.
Anytime you need safety.
I think they're waiting for dark so nobody can see the signs.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jeez.
They have people just packed in there now. They can't get out, and they're just standing there afraid because a person is standing outside saying it's safe to talk. They've been told not to talk to us. We are bad people. They tried to tell that to Judge Moody, that we were the most despicable people on the earth, and he didn't buy it. Maybe someone over here won't buy it either.
Mr. Diller, on Christmas Eve, I posted a message onto the internet. It told the story of the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. If you remember back to those happier times in your childhood, can you remember back to those happy days? You can have those happy days again. And that's the message of hope that the Lisa McPherson Trust is bringing to Clearwater. That times can be happy for you. It's safe to look, it's safe to look, it's safe to talk. Thank you very much. Have a great dinner, everybody. It's safe to look, it's safe to talk. Have a great dinner. It's safe to look. It's safe to talk, it's safe to look. These are happy times in Clearwater. Good evening. It's safe to look. It's safe to talk. Reform Scientology now. Say goodbye to David Miscavige. His days are numbered. Hit your knives and forks on the table and demand reforms now. We're at 33 North Fort Harrison Avenue. If you ever need help, call us at 467-9335. Make Scientology an organization to be proud of. Dump David Miscavige. Mr. Diller, you know you should dump David Miscavige. He is destroying your organization. Reform Scientology now. Dump David Miscavige before he destroys it. David Miscavige is destroying Scientology. Don't let it happen. Make it an organization to be proud of, not something to hide from the rest of the world. Communication, that's what Scientology is supposed to be about. Communicate to your leaders. Tell David Miscavige to stop destroying Scientology.
This very door, I came in and out of it for years, and now I'm seeing these people walking in and out of this door, and it almost gives me a heart attack. It's like making contact again. It's
safe to look.
re-contact.
It's safe to talk. The Lisa McPherson Trust.
I'm feeling a myriad of emotions right now.
You owe it to yourself to make Scientology an organization to be proud of. Dump David Miscavige. He is destroying Scientology.
Safe to look at us. It's safe to look. ARC. Have a good evening. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen to you. It's safe to look at us. We don't bite. No matter what they tell you, SPs do not bite.
If you ever need help, call us at 467-9335. 467-9335. One day that number could save your life.
Remember, we're
This is
always
fun.
here to help.
You know, I noticed the rank and file are very friendly. And,
Make Scientology an
so I'm
organization
really-
to be proud of. Dump
I really
David
think we're going to be effective
Miscavige.
here,
He
and
is
this time will tell. But
destroying Scientology.
this is a wonderful opportunity to meet the true Scientologists who are trying to help the world be a better place. And I think we can help them succeed far beyond what they can see in the organization. We'll see.
Because of what David Miscavige has done, they are the scourge of freedom-loving people all over the world. If these people want Scientology to survive, if they want the technology of L. Ron Hubbard to survive, they need to change what this organization does. And the only way change can take place is for the vast majority of those people in Scientology to stand up and demand reforms now.
Miscavige is making it all fall. Scientology has contracted so severely over the last few years that even a person that's been locked in a room in the dark knows about it.
The Lisa McPherson Trust is in town. We've done our first picket. Yay!
So it appears as if they called the Clearwater Police to complain of the prior peaceful picketing activity. They're claiming, according to Mike Rinder, that I am violating the restraining order against Bob Minton, because Mike Rinder is alleging that I'm working in concert and participation with Bob Minton. I'm concerned that Mike Rinder wants to stop peaceful picketing under the guise of legal process.
Mike Rinder is the chief of their dirty tricks department, and there is nothing he wouldn't do or say to try to keep this criminal at the helm of Scientology, David Miscavige, in power, because Mike Rinder's power comes from David Miscavige. Rinder is protecting the evil in Scientology right at the top. It's safe to look. It's safe to talk. Don't let Miscavige destroy Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard would never agree with what David Miscavige has done to destroy Scientology. Scientology is so desperate that they're willing to call the police at every turn. They don't want this message getting across to Scientologists that David Miscavige is destroying the Church of Scientology, and that L. Ron Hubbard would never approve of what Miscavige has done, and that there's an organization here in Clearwater who will help Scientologists learn the truth about David Miscavige and the organization that he is trying to destroy.
Do you have any identification?
I'm sorry, I don't have a wallet right now.
Reform Scientology now.
Sure, that makes
Dump Miscavige.
First name is spelled G-R-A-D-Y.
G-R-A-D-Y.
That's right, last name is Ward.
Make it an organization to be proud of.
My address is 3449.
Reform Scientology now. Don't let David Miscavige destroy it. Make it an organization to be proud of. Dump David Miscavige. Reform Scientology now. Dump David Miscavige.
C-A. This, and do you know his address?
Reform Scientology now. Dump Miscavige.
Post about them.
Bang your knives and forks on the table and demand reforms now.
Private
Mr.
investigator.
Diller, you and your friend one day will thank me for being out here doing this. Even Paul Kellerhalls might thank me one day. Even Mike Rinder.
Does he have any ties with Mr. Robert Minton?
I have helped them out on occasion.
And who is the person that you're working for?
Stacy Brooks.
You're educating Scientologists.
That's correct. That those alternatives to being abused and harassed.
Alternative.
In fact, here's our president. She does give
Are
me
you
advice.
Stacy? Hi. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Have you been served with one of these injunctions as
No.
an agent of his? Okay. Since you haven't been served, I'm not going to arrest you, but
You were in court, Stacy, when that was issued. You were testing. You were sitting right there.
well, why are you saying that?
Because you're saying that you're not on notice.
just
Or you're trying to
walked
say
this
you're
building.
not
What
on
are you
notice.
saying?
No, wait a minute. Okay. What I'm asking you is, were you ever served with an injunction?
No.
I'll check with our legal advisor. I would think that they would probably have to serve you also. I might be wrong. I'm not an attorney, but I'm telling you right now, you need to leave the area. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And why don't you, if that's the case, why don't you let me just hand her this copy?
It's
I,
fine
I
with
don't
me.
know that.
I don't
would be
mind.
a legal serve.
Why?
I don't know. But you know what?
Mike wasn't at all happy that we weren't being arrested, and he couldn't understand why he couldn't serve us his photocopy of the injunction.
This is a photocopy of the true copy. You need another true copy.
I understand that.
Okay,
Although
so if you
these guys are
had
all-
another true copy, then you've served domestic violence injunctions in the past. If you have a true copy, then but you need to get true copies, not photocopies of true copies.
I understand that. There's also, just so you know, they were present in court, so they have actual notice in being present in court when the judge issued this.
Chief Klein made it very clear that as far as the police department was concerned, he was going to interpret this very clearly, and he told me, don't get this wrong. He said, this applies to you. It applies to nobody else down here at this time. This was in December December the 5th. This is only a month later.
Well, but I'm just going on. I can only go on what this piece of paper says right now,
Right.
and it doesn't say only you. It says your employees, your agents, your servants,
Acting in concert with.
anybody that would be here under your direction,
Right.
would be in violation of this, as the way I understand it.
Right.
So sir, I just have to go on that. Okay.
These OSA guys, this Office of Special Affairs, of which Rinder is the head, these guys are out here patrolling the street on this side of the street, not worrying about their property. They're trying to watch us. They had a van in the parking lot the other day filled with electronic surveillance equipment.
But for tonight, I'd like you to let's just cease and desist.
We will.
And I will get them to do the same.
Okay.